A very, very old legend that really happened. I was in that same town when it happened, long, long time ago. This is Tale of Ole Salty. You see, youngins, Old Salty was a one-armed, one-legged, hobbling, one-lazy-eyed madman, chicken-herding alchemist troll in the mountains, and every once in a while, he'd come to town flaming and trolling all the people he met with parables of women's and rhyme and honey and faith. See, Old Salty had been disfigured in a horrible rhyme-making accident, where he got a broomstick shoved up his arse and used his AP skills to transmute a rock into nitroglycerin in his arse. See, there had been some young hooligans making their troubles down at the general store, and Old Salty just happened to be walking by one day, started flaming and trolling and scolding them for being trolls at poor Mr. Jenkins' general store. He then proceeded to transmute their rums and weeds into grape juice, and notes that said, "Shh, grown-ups talking. Shut the fuck up and drink your grape juices, youngins." It was then that one of the children stopped the narrator and asked something. The narrator shushed him and said, "Shut the fuck up and drink your grape juices, bitches." Then he continued with the story. Now, Old Salty went into the store and bought a pack of ramen and some water to boil it in, for he would have a feast tonight on basement dweller and college student staple food. You see, he had to purchase the water because there had been a terrible drought that year that was causing the locals to lose crops and die of thirst. Old Salty drinks water due to his saltiness. The village, townspeople, came to Old Salty saying, "Please, please, Old Salty, save us. Use your alcoholic powers to make rain and save us from this here terrible droughts." To which Old Salty replied, "I am the Lord and you can go fuck yourselves. I'm me." Really, and then sat down and listened to him troll on and on and on and on about women's and rum and honey and faith and the Shambhalazars. And mountains and mountains and mountains. Then he went into a long angry rant about fucking Muslims and hips, and the day drew on. Many began to die of thirst while listening to Old Salty, whilst others still went mad and began to claw their flesh, running around screaming, "Oh my God, I can't believe these here Muslims and theirs and Jews and guys and and other things Old Salty had said." He sat there and told that to them for 7 days and 7 nights until finally he stopped, spit. They asked him again, and he thought they deserved a little token of rums for hearkening their dehydrated asses to him. So thus it was, Old Salty, the madman alchemist who heard the chickens, looked at them with his lazy eye and said, "Yeah, verily, and aren't those blessed with something, something, blah, blah, blah." No one really paid attention. Then he spake and made rain, and projected and manifested out there clear air, and lo and behold, there was rain. But it was salty as a motherfucker. Guess they didn't call him Old Salty for nothing. He said, "They don't call me Old Salty for nothing." And they would have distilled it, but it had rained and salty water had gotten all over their wood and soaked into it. And those who had dry fuel did distill and drink, and those who did not could not wait, drank the salty water and went mad, running off to die in the wilderness and control all the poor towns and villages just like mad Old Salty. They become the legends and matters of songs for ages to come in the world and the universe. Now Old Salty had snatched a bundle of dry firewood with his hobbling leg and a crutch under one arm and his lazy multicolored eye, and was sitting down in front of the old general store when Mr. Jenkins came on up to sweep the front deck. Now you see, There's this group of young hooligans who'd been torn down at the general store, but Old Salty had driven them off, pummeling them thoroughly with his salty demeanor and alchemic, magical, seed-hard, chicken-herding arts. They'd gone over throwing rocks at one another. Now, it just so happened that a few round stones landed on the deck that poor Mr. Jenkins happened to be sweeping. Now, Old Salty got up and went over to hit fire to check on his ramen, see if it was boiling yet. Due to his only having one single arm and leg, accidentally swayed a bit too far and touched the hot spot pot he was cooking in. Now, Old Salty jumped up at this to avoid stumbling any further forward. Now, it just so happened, at the same time, poor Mr. Jenkins happened to step on one of them round stones and slipped and fell. Broom in front of him, the broom snapped and went flying and landed on one jagged end where it snapped, the ground standing up. Now, I'd like to draw your attention to the band of young hooligans throwing rocks at each other. Now, it just so happened, hope you loved that line, that one of the rocks flew through the air where Old Salty was jumping back and got caught in his butt cheeks. Old Salty had the telehook sealed up, and transmuted all that he touched into whatever he thought of after a few seconds. Now you see, youngins, the heat reminded him of nitroglycerin. He landed on the broomstick and the tip hit the rock, and he got all shoved up in his arse. But it was too late. The rock had already begun to change, and bam, nitroglycerin. But as it was, leaking out, it ignited. Sending Old Salty up into the sky like a bottle rocket that had been jammed to the ground. Blue flames rocking out of his ass, reaching all the way to the stars. Now you see, Old Salty survived the accident, and his arse was shot him up skyward so hum, and he landed in the ocean. And by gum, all that salt only to empower much of hope. See, Old Salty makes ships now. He lives on a golden cardboard box palace. The youngins know your Old Salty history? Well, if you don't, y'all listen real nice now to what the fuck whoever tells you this shit. See, youngins, Old Salty was a one-armed, one-legged, hobbling, one lazy-eyed madman, chicken-herding alchemist troll in the mountains. And every once in a while, he come down to town, flaming and trolling all the people he met with parables of women and rum and honey and faith. The end.